the reason why I love having this conversation with you is because I could see a baseline quality below which your content never falls. Unfortunately, we are seeing on the social networks that people are just resorting to all sorts of things in the world of fake news. So what is your advice to somebody who's a content creator and especially in the domain of marketing?
Look, the question is, what are you after?
And we go live. My next question is related to the personal branding bit, Thomas. As somebody who likes to be ethical in creating the right kind of content, who likes to at least maintain a certain level of content quality that is broadcasted. We are living in the age of social media where every person is an influencer, every person has a voice, and everybody has a broadcasting network as well, thanks to the social media. But what it has done is it has created a lot of noise, and there is very little voice there, right? So what would be your message to somebody who is trying to build a marketing expert career by pushing out the right kind of content? What would you say, the do's and the don'ts? Because some of that content, it may be sensational, it might get you a lot of fan following, but at the end of the day, you tend to lose respect. And honestly, the reason why I love having this conversation with you is because I could see a baseline quality below which your content never falls. Unfortunately, we are seeing on the social networks that people are just resorting to all sorts of things in the world of fake news. So what is your advice to somebody who's a content creator and especially in the domain of marketing?
Look, the question is, what are you after? If you're after sensation, you have a noise strategy, you know. And I talk about some of these examples, and sometimes I do pick, you know, who at the right time was also lucky in terms of timing, and they had this, you know, he's like his style is very and it's very noisy, and that was different at the time, you know, and that was successful. And then, of course, he became a victim of his own success because he had to push out so many things to create that noise level that his reputation in the industry is now at the lowest you can imagine. It's terrible. And if someone is sending you hey, I saw this, people get a lot of like, really? Yeah. And that's because, not because all of his ideas were crap, but he started out with something that was noisy, and he tried to scale it. And that led to that side. And he still made a fortune. But do you want to be him? Do you want to have that reputation? I think most people wouldn't. So there is another way, and that is be genuinely helpful to people. And that is you're gonna. The question is, what's the standard you set? And I set very high standards, and maybe too high sometimes. I'm not noisy enough, because I believe if I send something, some people will read it and it will be useful. But if I write crap, you know, I'm not going to help them. So I think you got to first of all, what's the intention? And I believe if your intention is good, if you generally want to help people rather than generally making a lot of noise, and that's a decision you need to take, by the way, I believe that's a long-term path to success, because people are sick and tired of social media. If you think nobody's saying I should really spend more time on Instagram, or I should definitely go more on Facebook, it's the opposite. People are like, nah, you know, I do too much. There's books on it. You know, how do you not do it? So I suggest it's coming back to the intention. If think about what you're trying to do here, and who you want to help, and then do things that you believe are generous and helpful. And not all of the things they will do will work. I mean, I wrote posts that nobody wanted to read, and they were terrible. Not that they were necessarily bad quality. It just didn't hit the nerve. And keep trying. As I said, the marketing, and this is an A/B test. You know, you see what lands. Yeah, you got to use some of those tools, of course. Sometimes you got to tag someone. Sometimes you're going to send things to people and say, hey, what do you think? But focus on the intention and do good things. And I think that to me is what people will long-term value. Because, you know, I mean, you not just want to build noise, you want to build a reputation. And so I know, this is my view, right? So this is my style, this is my view. It may not work for everybody, but it's what I believe in.